It was late September when Daniel, a seasoned hiker, decided to explore the infamous Black Hollow Forest, a stretch of woodland whispered about in local legends. People warned him that the forest had a history of disappearances, hunters who never returned, campers whose tents were found torn apart, and hikers who vanished without leaving a trace. Daniel, fascinated by unexplained mysteries, dismissed the tales as superstition. Equipped with his backpack, lantern, and journal, he set foot on the narrow trail just before sunset. The deeper he went, the more he noticed how unnaturally still the woods felt. No sound of birds, no rustle of animals, just the heavy silence pressing against him. Each step echoed like an intrusion into something that wanted to be left alone. After an hour of trekking, Daniel stumbled upon a trail that wasn't on his map. It was oddly straight, cutting through the dense underbrush as if carved deliberately. A wooden sign leaned against a tree, nearly consumed by moss, with the word "Return" carved into it. Daniel smirked, thinking it was just part of the forest's creepy reputation meant to scare people off. Yet as he followed it, he noticed strange carvings etched into the trees, symbols resembling eyes, crosses, and spirals, all facing toward the path he walked. With each step, the forest grew darker, though the sun hadn't yet fully set. His lantern flickered, and for the first time, he felt the distinct sensation of being watched. Night fell quickly, almost unnaturally so, swallowing the trail in pitch-black shadows. Daniel lit his lantern again, but the flame shook violently as if reacting to an unseen presence. Then came the whispers. At first they were faint, like wind brushing through leaves, but soon they grew louder, forming fragmented words like "leave, before, it takes you." Daniel froze, his heart pounding. He spun around, lantern trembling in his hand, but saw only darkness between the trees. Determined not to lose his courage, he told himself it was his imagination, the forest playing tricks on his senses. Yet as he tried to retrace his steps, the path behind him seemed to stretch endlessly, unfamiliar and unending. He realized, with a surge of dread, that he was trapped on a path that only wanted him to move forward. As the whispers grew louder, Daniel noticed movement in the distance, a pale figure standing still between the trees. At first, he thought it was another lost hiker, but as he raised his lantern, he saw her clearly. A tall, gaunt woman with hollow eyes, her skin stretched tight like parchment, her lips moving in silent incantations. Her body jerked unnaturally, like a marionette controlled by unseen strings. Daniel called out, but the woman only tilted her head sharply, her jaw unhinging as if about to scream. Without sound, she lifted a bony hand and pointed deeper into the forest. Against every instinct, Daniel felt compelled to follow, his feet moving as if pulled by unseen force. The deeper he went, the more the air grew thick, heavy with the stench of rot. Eventually, the path ended in a wide clearing. In the center lay a circle of stones, blackened as though scorched by fire, with strange bones scattered around it. Some looked human. The gaunt woman now stood at the edge of the circle, her hollow eyes fixed on him. Around her, shadows began to crawl, figures taking form from the darkness itself. Shapes of those who had entered before him, now nothing more than fragments of souls bound to the forest. He realized the truth. This forest wasn't cursed by accident. It was a ritual ground, feeding on those foolish enough to enter. The whispers returned, but now they were deafening, hundreds of voices chanting in unison. His lantern flickered violently, then went out. In the suffocating dark, cold hands brushed against his skin. He tried to run, but the path twisted back into the clearing no matter which direction he took. The woman's voice finally broke the silence, a deep, guttural tone that didn't belong to any human throat. "You are ours now." The shadow surged forward, pulling him into the stone circle. His screams echoed into the night, unheard by anyone beyond the forest's borders. Days later, hikers discovered Daniel's backpack just outside the trailhead. Inside his journal, the last words were scrawled in shaky handwriting. "The forest watches, the forest takes. Don't follow the path." No body was ever found. To this day, locals warn travelers of the cursed trail that appears only to those who doubt the legend. And if you find yourself inside Black Hollow Forest and hear whispers in the dark, it's already too late.